Well, Connie and Andy, we're talking about relationships with preteens and teenagers, but relationships that can turn deadly. For the first time tonight, a father speaks out about his daughter and the boy he thought that he could trust. Tonight, a warning and a lesson on reading, writing, and respect. It was a hot summer day in June 1994. Thousands tuned in to watch a famous NFL running back now running from the law.
We came home and saw the slow car chase, O.J. and his friend.
But 15-year-old Megan Ridgway was too excited to watch the drama unfold with her father, David.
She went and got ready, and Keith picked her up. He was a polite kid.
It was her first date with a guy she met at school, 17-year-old Keith Chambers.
Had an infectious laugh.
Megan and Keith became a very popular couple at Malden High School.
She was the life of the party.
But their relationship began to change.
She didn't unload on me that she was having problems. So she really loved Keith now, yeah. Until that morning. And I think her friends didn't realize how serious it was. She didn't realize how serious it was. I certainly didn't. I guess it's one of those things where you, excuse me a second. It's one of those things where you look at something and don't see it.
Over the years, Keith became controlling and abusive. Megan finally called it quits. She graduated from Malden High School, and now the 18-year-old was looking forward to the future. She wanted to become a nurse. She took a summer job as a lifeguard in the Ashton community in Greenville County. Carol Allison lives in the neighborhood.
Went down to the pool, and we weren't there 30 minutes, and the children were in the pool, and I was sitting at a table nearby when Keith Chambers came in.
Keith walked by her with a gun in his hand.
It didn't register with me at all. Until we heard the first shot and looked to see Megan in the lifeguard stand just go limp, and then he stepped down off the stand and put the gun to his head and shot himself.
Allison, a trained FBI agent, began giving Megan CPR until help arrived.
The day it happened, he called here looking for her, and I guess 3 o'clock that day, I guess 30 minutes, then he went directly to the pool that day. And said, "Thanks, Mr. Ridgway," and hung up the phone. And then about 30 minutes later, it rang again. I could hear noise in the background, and I knew something was up. Police cars everywhere, and I followed an ambulance in. And again, it's a real surreal scene. His mom was at the pool before I was, and I got there minutes after it happened. And bless her heart, we watched Keith die.
Megan died the next day.
You just can't be angry long, you understand. They lost a child too.
He blamed himself for not seeing the signs. Keith, he says, was a polite kid. Why didn't his daughter or her friends tell him what was going on? You may be surprised, but dating abuse among teenagers is a problem that starts at a young age. In fact, as early as middle school.
The kids need to be taking things like this seriously.
So with David Ridgway's permission, counselors at Safe Harbor in Greenville wanted to do something to educate teenagers, to make them aware of what to look for and what to do when their high school sweetheart turns into a terror.
It really opened up this community's eyes to how big of a problem this is. It really shook up the community that something like this could happen in small town Greenville.
That teaching tool is now known as the Megan Project.
Making sure that not another teenager goes through what Megan did.
Carrie Sweeney goes into high schools and middle schools throughout the upstate to educate teenagers about the potential dangers of dating. So we asked some of your children if they've ever been in an abusive relationship or know friends that have been abused.
I've seen it. I didn't do anything. It's not my business.
I've definitely seen some guys that have. They were bullies at the beginning of middle school, and when they got girlfriends, they became abusive to them.
I'm comforted by the thought that her last view here was over children swimming in the pool. She did not see him walking in.
And David Ridgway lives with a painful reminder that an abusive relationship killed his daughter Megan. He now has 2-year-old twin daughters and sees Megan in both of them. He also says now he's a better father.
Rejection's not that bad a thing, at that age especially. And life goes on